What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video I'm going to be continuing my level 1 to OP8 playthrough. Now obviously I've made it to overpower level 8, but we need to farm some gear before we finish off this series. So in this episode I'm going to be hunting some more Lyudas, and if we find a good shock or fire one, then perhaps we can go hunt something else. Now I think I saw somewhere where someone posted recently that there is a way to get like a huge number of golden keys through entering a number of codes that are listed on a site. I might be interested in doing that for farming stockpile relic and a longbow slag transfusion grenade. So if anyone could put that in the comments, I'd very kindly appreciate that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this guy slagged here. Then we're gonna lower his shield a little bit and start shooting him here with the corrosive one. First run, no dice. Hopefully our luck will turn up here as we do subsequent runs. I have been doing this kind of in small segments. I don't like to do too much of this at a time because it does really drain me mentally. Or at least, I don't know, it drains my happiness. I don't think it, kills my wit or anything like drains me mentally would sound like or imply. But I would say that it just absolutely destroys any fun that I am having at a fairly accelerated rate. It's an exponential growth with this thing. The longer I do it, the more irritating it becomes. So if I have small breaks in between, that definitely increases my tolerance for this kind of quote-unquote gameplay. Oh my god, vehicle. You can see how well the vehicles handle in this game. And that's one of the reasons they graciously decided to include a number of driving quests and DLCs. So that's pretty cool. Got that follow-through bonus. That's making all the difference right now. Alright, Gettle should come in, and we're going to kill the shit out of him, and hopefully he's going to drop the shit out of a Lyuda. And it's going to be excellent. Alright. No Lyuda still, huh? How come you do this? It doesn't make sense. You should drop more Lyudas. That would be most wonderful. Alright. And as we continue, it becomes evident that this is not the most fun thing we could be doing. I do look forward to, acquiring all of this gear. That way I can then have fun with the character by resetting Ultimate Vault Hunter mode and completing all the quests. Now, I guess since last time, I did all of the main quests first and then went around to all of the side quests. Instead, I might do it side quest, or every side quest as it appears, which would add, an interesting wrinkle, I guess. It'd definitely be a different path than we played through it last time. Like, I wouldn't do the next main quest until the side quest had been completed. Damn it. We're getting owned. He decided to do crazy sidewalking moves all the time, so we're going to get him now with this deception. This is an active-ass Gettle. Hopefully it's a Lyuda carrying Gettle. I would appreciate that. All that work for shit. We got shit out of it. Alright, so we continue. That was very poorly played on my part. But let's go further. Let's see what we get this time. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here just because I want to see how quickly it kills him. Alright, so as we get up the hill here, we are going to find Gettle, and we're going to kill him, and this time he's going to drop a Lyuda, and it's going to be most wonderful. You bitch, Zero. Alright. They're going to try to attack me with their weapons and such. As long as I don't fall off the cliff, we should be alright. Those saw blades do look cool. Aesthetically, that's a pretty neat move. And it works, too. I mean, it's just a nice weapon for those vehicles to have, so that's pretty cool. Even though I don't like the vehicles, that's pretty well done. Well, I like the vehicles as a means of getting from point A to point B, but I don't think we should be forced to do missions with them if we don't desire. Ah, crap. The way the green and the sniper rifle, the way it came out, I thought for a second there we had a Lyuda, but we did not. That's kind of how I feel about cars in real life, too. I definitely appreciate their value as a tool, their value as a means of transportation. But some people are, you know, super into cars. I'm not so much. You know, I just kind of see a car, like I said, as a tool. I like my vehicle, the one I have. It's a 2005 King Ranch F-150. It's got the nice leather seats and stuff. I really like it. It's getting a little bit aged at this point, but it runs like a top. So I'm not in a super big rush to replace it. I'd much rather buy a house right now than buy another car. So that's what I'm working on. I don't know. Some people are really big into cars, man. Like, I knew a guy who had a car payment that was every bit as high as his rent payment, and that just seemed ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine wanting to spend that much on a car relative to what you spend on housing. I care more about the house than I do the car. But some people are real big into it, man. In case you're curious what he bought, it was a brand new WRX STI by Subaru. You know, those little rally cars and shit. God, the stupid sidestepping he does totally threw me off. And this doesn't kill him as fast as it used to. So that's interesting. We'll go back in and see what we get now. This time we are going to go ahead and find and acquire that shocker Fire Lyuda that I'm looking for. I'm feeling fairly confident. Maybe he'll drop 17, in addition to 3 additional pearls. That would be cool. So, it's almost Assassin's Creed season, and I hear that it's going to be pretty damn bad. I don't understand how they just keep getting away with that nonsense. Alright. Assassin's Creed 1 was at one point in time my my treadmill game. I used to like to play that game while I was on the treadmill. But now I don't have a treadmill anymore, so I don't play it anymore. That and Call of Duty Black Ops 1 Zombies. That was a good treadmill game. It got harder as you started to get tired. Ooh, so we got another non-elemental one. This time OP7. So we're just going to leave that on the ground because it's an insult. And now we're going to continue. Man, that really fucking blows. Alright. Let's keep going. How does it justify that? Stop giving me level OP7 stuff. That's nonsense. Up the hill. This is good. Nope, nope. Ah. I thought that was the part you could walk up. Okay, I found it. Alright, so we're going to go get him this time, and it's going to be wonderful. He's going to drop a second one in a row for us, and it's not going to be a shitty non-elemental or a non-OP8 or, you know, it's just not going to be shitty. And it's pretty cool. I think the last episode actually ended on a double drop, and it was a bad weapon. So it'd be oddly reminiscent if that happened again. It could. It very well could. It didn't. Okay. Well, maybe we'll get 2 and 3. 2 and 3 would be awesome. That's still good good luck and everything, so hopefully. Bothers me that that roof doesn't show up until we get just a little bit closer. Frickin' pop in. See, watch it. Stupid. Hate that shit. Alright. So, now we're gonna climb up this hill, we're gonna get our guy, and, you know, get a good Lyuda. A shock one, so that we can then go farm for some bee shields before farming for peat, or farming peat for some time. That'd be fun. I mean, at least that would be a little bit less mindless than this, because this grows old, and it grows old in a hurry.
The true world revealed. Weakness is now known to me. Time to go to work.
Come on. All I'm asking for is unrealistic expectations here. I feel like, you know, every time I kill him, I should get a few. That would be wonderful. This time, I wonder what we're gonna get. If I had to guess, it's going to be a perfect part Lyuda at OP8. It's going to be Gromky with the Vladoff grip. It's going to have a dull scope of Vladoff stock. And then all of a sudden, it's going to be Slag Element. So that's going to be really cool. And then we'll never find a perfect parted one again. That's a very pessimistic outlook. Hopefully that's not what happens. Try to remain optimistic about this stuff. Shoot him here. Several times. No, how come? Just drop more. Ugh. It's so difficult to get every element at OP8, much less every element at OP8 with half-decent parts. Or at least every useful element. Slag, for whatever reason, seems to plague my life. Just like non-elemental does to a lesser extent. Nope. Ah, damn it. Oh well. We're already up here, I guess, so that's neat. I want to see how ambitious they're going to be technically with Borderlands 3. I wonder if they're going to, you know, go with a whole new engine and stuff. I think that would be pretty cool. Have a lot more explorable areas, for example, maybe the opportunity to go inside this church or something. I don't know. It'd be cool. Alright, so I like that he had turned around and immediately put an almost near-death shock dot on us. That was pretty neat. Also neat is the fact that he didn't drop a Lyuda. That's wonderful. Alright, so let's continue. The main thing I'm looking forward to in gaming right now is not even a game, it's a monitor. That might seem kind of silly, but I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. November 13th, not that far away now. And then the excruciating 2-day shipping, which will be awful, but whatever. Either way, then I'll get to experience G-Sync. I've never actually seen G-Sync outside of a store display, so I think that'll be pretty cool. That's something I'm definitely looking forward to. Alright, so here this guy comes. I've been thinking about doing a playthrough of Monkey Island on the channel. I don't know how well received it would be, or, you know, if they allow that, but I'll find out. I think it could be kind of fun. Obviously, my name, Man of Low Moral Fiber, is an allusion to that game. There are a number of dudes in that game called the Men of Low Moral Fiber, and they're basically lazy pirates. And I don't know, I was looking for an online alias at some time, and that was one that I thought was pretty cool, and one that I noticed was never really used. I didn't want anything that anyone else used, and it's fairly unique and everything. So I could play through that game. They did put out a special edition of it with updated graphics, which honestly I've never played through. I've only played the original, but that's pretty cool. It's a puzzle game, like it's a point-and-click adventure game where you kind of have to, you know, figure out how everything works in order to beat it. And because I liked it so much as a child, because it meant so much to me, I still have a lot of the harder sequences memorized, I'd imagine. So that's one of the reasons why I don't, or I haven't yet gone back and replayed it in adulthood, because I played through it a number of times as a child and kind of memorized the game. So I think that could be kind of cool. Alright, this time, no Lyuda. How come? Why? Why is this? How can he not drop it? I just don't like it. I really, really don't. This is not the fun part of the game to me. If we look here, there are a number of quests that I would love to be doing instead. Virtually all of them. But we can't do that until we have the weapons and gear to make it fun. And so that's what I consider to be playing the game, is once you have, you know, build and gear set that you are happy with, then going through and resetting UVHM and playing through the game, you know, at 72, at OP4, at OP8, whatever difficulty you'd like within Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, and then playing all the quests and everything, beating the whole game, all the DLCs, everything. I think that that is where the most fun can be derived from the game, and that's what I'm truly looking forward to right now. It's just, it's taking some time to get there, because we're trying to do this character legitimately. I've obviously done a Gibbed character in the past, so this time we're going to switch it up and do it quote-unquote legitimately. Now, the thing is, there's just a lot of things standing in my way between now and effectively playing the game, and one of those things is a number of Lyudas. Beyond that, we also need a OP8B shield, or, you know, do I have an OP8B shield yet? I'm not entirely certain. No, I have an OP7 one right now. So yeah, an OP8B shield. Another thing that we could be looking for is obviously a good slag transfusion grenade, specifically in the longbow variant. I would love to get the perfect purple 0 fuse time one like I have on my Gibbed character. But much like farming for, you know, a decent suite of Lyudas here, that does seem like a fool's dream. Now, I might try to do the golden chest for that, as I think I mentioned. But if that doesn't work, we can always farm Pete for an O negative. Now, the crappy thing about O negatives is that by default they have a fuse time due to inherently poor decision making. And that really sucks. And even though it would be hard to farm for a perfect slag longbow O negative, at least it would have been possible. And now, even if we do get the quote-unquote perfect, oh my god, is this another bladed corrosive Lyuda? Wow. So now we got two of these bad boys. They're both OP8. The new one appears to be Vladoff grip. So it's literally comparing Vladoff grip to Jacob's grip. You can see it has a much better magazine size, a better reload speed, a better fire rate, and the damage is negligibly different. So I guess I'd get rid of this one in favor of that one, or I'll keep that one for now, though. That really sucks, you know. We basically just got the same gun we had, except slightly different. How coincidental is that to get guns with those parts? I mean, they were so very similar. It sucks, you know? That's not a weapon we needed right now. I would have accepted that in shock, but we don't get that in shock, apparently. We get it again in corrosive. Oh my god, the gear system, just complete and utter shit. I can't understand how anyone could possibly be a fan of it. It's fucking garbage. Oh well. A lot of people ask me, what kind of computer should I buy? I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're an 80-year-old person. Build your computer. People ask me this all the time. I have an IT job. People are like, oh, I'm thinking about getting a computer for home. What kind of laptop would you recommend? I'd recommend building a real fucking computer and then using a small netbook or something to remote in and take advantage of your actual hardware. I don't understand the idea that you should just buy a computer. It's just ridiculous. Ugh. What kind of computer should I buy? Do you think Alienware is good? Should I get the new MacBook Pro? Fuck no. Build a real computer. Oh, but I need it to be portable. No, you don't. How often do you fucking need that? And if you're in your house, get a proper router and then it's virtually latency free. So just build a real computer and then get devices to access your real computer. I can't imagine being so attached to the idea of a laptop that you would forgo actual processing power. Do you not respect your own time? Like, why would you fucking do that? Ugh. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go with this cheap 32-bit OS, 4GB of RAM piece of shit that I bought off the floor. Why? Why would you do that? A 32-bit OS is like a fucking CD drive. It's completely obsolete. Why would you do that? Don't do that. Ugh. I think the fact that some people like are so attached to physical media that vinyls are coming back is an interesting trend. I mean, I'm not quite understanding of it. I mean, obviously I understand that MP3 is not the greatest file format for, you know, like the best sounding music and everything. But you can just, what's it, FLAC? I'm not a huge audiophile, but I think FLAC is the audiophile that is commonly used now that has much higher fidelity than MP3. Like, why not just get that in a solid state that goes in your car, and then you could have all the music that you'd ever fucking want? Like, just get a several terabyte solid state array, put it in your trunk, and then use a Linux file manager or something, and move the FLAC files to a folder or whatever. It just seems better. I was riding around with someone today who had like a book of CDs, and he's like, I like to go to the store and buy CDs. It's just completely foreign to me. I couldn't understand it. Why would you want to buy perishable, obsolete technology? It just doesn't make sense. But then again, some people buy consoles, so I don't know. What the fuck? Why? Get back on here. Alright, so we're gonna go get a good gun this time. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be the best. Then I guess I looked at, God forbid, I actually looked at the prices of an iTunes song. Not because I intended to buy anything from iTunes, just because I was interested to see what some of the song titles on this one idiot's record were. And songs aren't 99 cents anymore. I don't know when that particular development happened, but I saw a whole bunch of songs that were like $2.39 and shit like that. I guess now it's cheaper to buy the whole album than just buying the song. I don't know why they would... I guess I know why they would do that and everything. That's cool, I guess. Then they can say they sold a higher number of total albums and everything. I guess that's why they probably did that. Because generally on an album, there's like... If there's 13 songs on an average album, you know, if you're lucky, there's 6 good songs. And so a lot of people were probably spending 6 times 99 cents, you know, $5.94, on those 6 good songs of an album instead of buying the whole album at $12.99, $14.99, whatever they sell those sumbitches at. That makes sense. Then the artist doesn't feel like they waste time on songs that no one listens to. At least people own them. Remember when Apple made everyone own a fucking U2 album? Everyone dumb enough to have Apple, at least. What the fuck? I would have been so furious if I just woke up and YouTube was downloaded on something, or U2 was downloaded on something that I actually use. I would be infuriated. That'd be such a slap in the face. I bought something and then somebody remotely installed U2 on it. Oh, wonderful. Just fucking grand. Ugh, if Microsoft ever starts pulling those moves, I'll move to Linux. Jesus Christ. Just wake up one day. Oh, fucking U2 downloaded. That's wonderful. I don't know what I'd rather have right now. Unsolicited gigabytes of U2 or another Slag Lyuda. It's a heavy debate. There aren't too many U2 songs that I like. Some people are huge U2 fans. I had a woodshop teacher that I really respected who was a big U2 fan. I think he bought the U2 iPod. He was probably stoked when he woke up and he was like, oh, fuck yeah, some new U2 on my iPod. I love this shit. I'm gonna go make an awesome chest. Despite the fact that I listen to fucking U2 and use Apple products all day, I do have some redeemable skills. Alright. Got jack shit. He wasn't just a teacher. He also did, like, commission projects and everything, and he got paid pretty well. He just taught because he liked it. That's kind of neat. He definitely made some cool shit. He had, like, pictures of some of the, like, cabinet work he had done on some of the mansions in town, and it's pretty ridiculous. All the, you know, crown moldings and floor runners and all that stuff. I mean, some really ornate work. Woodwork's pretty cool, man. If I ever get to a point with a huge amount of expendable income, I would build a woodshop addition to a house or something. That would be pretty cool. My grandfather has that. Sometimes I go over and mess with it. It's fun. Alright. So here we go. This is the time. We're going to get exactly what we need. Yes, it's fire. Okay, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it and see what it is here. Hopefully it's OP8. I can see that it is indeed not the Vladoff grip. It is a doll grip. It has the fire rate accessory. It could be worse. I mean, it really could. So now we're just looking for a shock one right now. Let's go ahead and do one more run, see if we get another double. See if the game can kind of apologize, I guess, for giving me a double shitty one in the last episode. I don't know. It seems unlikely that we'll get a double one, but this is that whole, you know, gambling thing where people feel like they're on a hot streak and they want more. Gambling's another thing that I cannot understand. Like, people who lose money gambling and then get their next paycheck and go gambling again. There's something wrong with that. I'll never understand that. Okay. So, let's kill this dude. I mean, at least it's OP8. Even though it was doll grip and, you know, kind of shitty and everything. At least it was OP8. It is fire. It's not slag. Jeez. I've come a long way from where I wanted, or from what I originally wanted. My expectations have been lowered significantly. Ah, we didn't get the double. I saw a sniper rifle come out, and I thought we had it. Okay, I'm going to take a break for a little bit. We're doing okay right now, but I'm taking a break. Alright, so now I'm back, and we're going to go ahead and continue. I'm a little bit disappointed that our Fire 1 is the doll grip, honestly. But, we can get by. At least it's OP8, you know? I would have preferred Jacobs if it's not going to be Vladoff. Vladoff is obviously the ideal grip in my mind, but if it's going to be doll, I mean, the only other option is spend potentially countless amounts of time farming for a Vladoff grip at OP8, and, you know, that doesn't really sound fun. So now we're looking for a shock one. If we can get a shock one at OP8, you know, I've lowered my standards enough that we'll just take it. It's bad at this point, you know. We're just not getting what we need. So we really are having to make compromises. And in the long run, I do see that adversely affecting my fun in the game. But whatever. We'll figure it out. Right now I need a shock one, though. It is imperative that at the very least we have a serviceable shock one at OP8. So we'll keep looking. Hopefully the game finds it appropriate to eventually drop one for us, because that would be wonderful. None here, so we'll go ahead and continue. Ugh. I hope we get it soon. I wish, we were getting them as often as those legendaries show up in the loading screens. That seems to happen all the time. I sincerely wish we could just get these guns, There's no way to farm them like there are the Torgue weapons and everything, so that's really a shame. I don't understand their design decision to take certain, what a dick. He just came over here with the sole intent of fucking bumping me off my path. That is just irritating AI. Yeah, I don't understand the design decision to make Seraph Crystals entirely unavailable before Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, and then in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode have a great, or, specifically approximately half of the Seraph items unavailable from the vendor. That just seems like an incredibly asinine decision, and I don't know why they would fucking do that. They need to hire someone with a more rational perspective on how the loot system should be designed. They need to hire a different gear architect or whatever that particular role would be called, because right now it's fucked up. And Borderlands 3 sequel was a step in the wrong direction in my mind. Okay. We'll continue. They just added that grinder, which is like, haha, more randomness. Just put more effort into fucking more randomization. And obviously, there were ways to influence what you wanted and everything, but you still couldn't create on command, that perfect Skookum muck if you wanted it. It wasn't something possible. And I think that's weird. They need to do something about that. Even if it takes a lot of time, like farming for a bunch of iridium or money or something, like, at least you could have marked progress at that point. Right now I'm flying blind. I have no idea when, if ever, I'm going to get a Shock Lyuda. So that's just not fun. Here we go, we got a Lethal Ninja. Alright, so we continue. There might be one very specific thing that I'll need a +6 Killing Blow class mod for, so I'm gonna keep that around. I don't know. You guys will know it when we get there, because I'll mention it, but I'm gonna keep that little guy around for now. Yeah, it's only one slot. Why not? Yeah, we'll get to that another time. If any of you want to make guesses, go ahead. I don't want to speak too soon, though. I might not try that strategy at all. Anyway, we're gonna get back up here and hopefully find that Shock Lyuda that we need. Fucking vehicle. This time it appears that our friend down here is a slinger instead of a saw blade technical one. He helped us get that follow through bonus, though. That's what we needed. And so we continue. Did I get him? Did he get us? No. Why? Just drop a Shock Lyuda. Aren't you tired of being killed? Just bring the one thing that I still want. That or a better fire one. If you want to give me a better fire one, I won't object. Or theoretically a better corrosive one. A perfect corrosive one, I wouldn't object. But Number 1 priority shock, number 2 fire, number 3 corrosive. Do not give me non-elemental, do not give me slag, do not give me anything that's not OP8. Damn it. Okay. They really should do like one final patch and just make a sweeping number of improvements to the game, including disabling non-OP8 drops at OP8. In fact, if you're playing an OP level, even if it's OP1, if you're playing OP1, only OP1 gear should drop. If you're playing OP2, only OP2 gear should drop. It seems a little bit ridiculous to drop OP6 gear at OP8. I can't tell if he dropped anything. It doesn't look like it. Thought possible, but no. Alright, so we continue. So, just so everyone knows what kind of odds we're working with here, in order to find an OP8 shock Lyuda. Well, first we have to get a Lyuda to drop. 1 in 10 chance. So we're working with 10% right there. Then there's 5 elements, so that cuts us down to 2%. Then there are 3 different levels that can drop, OP6, OP7, and OP8. Now, I do not know if OP8 is weighted higher, because I do know when I was leveling up, sometimes I would find stuff that I wasn't yet leveled for. It was for the next level. So, just, you know, for benefit of the doubt, let's say half of all items that drop are OP8, and that's probably an overestimate. And so that means we basically have a 1% chance at finding an OP8 shock Lyuda. That is fucking terrible.
Your eyes deceive you, an illusion fools you all. I move for the kill.
Alright, so he didn't drop it. Obviously not. 1% chance. Oh god, that just hurts to hear. I mean, that means we could do 100 runs and expect to get it. So, oh my. 100 runs, and that would be the expected return, is that in 100 runs we will get 1 OP8 shock Lyuda. Oh boy, that's painful. If there was a non-elemental bone of the ancients, I would do without the shock Lyuda. But there is not. There is not a non-elemental bone of the ancients. So we kind of need this. Otherwise, we lose out on the benefit of a really useful gun for normal combat, and farming Pete becomes a real pain in the ass. Yuck. I saw shock and I was like, hey, at least it's blue. Okay, so we'll continue. Man, oh man. Shock Lyuda, you're so elusive. This is not the first time you've done this to me in this series. And I must say that, increasingly I am not a fan of your antics. Yeah. Shock Lyuda, gonna be hard to find. But whatever. We will keep on looking. This is the time, though. This is the time I feel that we find it. That perfect shock Lyuda. Actually, it's going to be a double drop. Perfect fire and shock Lyuda. Here we go. From 1 kill. Seems unlikely. Like, bunker dropping 3 pearls unlikely. But whatever. Ugh. So I heard something recently that, well, I guess I should say I heard a song that I thought was kind of stupid at first. It's called Cha Cha by DRAM, or maybe it's just called Dram. I'm not sure. He's a fairly new artist. Anyway, I thought it was kind of dumb, but it's a fun song and it's kind of catchy. But then I heard the version of the song that had the original sample and not the sample that sounds like Hotline Bling. I am assuming Drake kind of, or I don't know, maybe they're sampled from the same song now, Cha Cha and Hotline Bling. I'm not entirely certain. I don't want to say anything that's not right. But DRAM in his song Cha Cha originally sampled like Super Mario, and Nintendo X-nayed it, and I don't know why. It just shows a supreme misunderstanding of culture. Like, how could you think it would be a good idea that could in some way possibly benefit you not to have that sampled in a song? It's a fairly popular song, and you know, a lot of people are going to hear it and everything and be reminded of Mario right after you fucking released Mario Maker. Why would you possibly fucking say no to that? It's like free publicity. I don't fucking understand it. I really, really don't. So, yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one to me, man. But it does go to show how out of touch they are with the world. But that said, Nintendo's not going anywhere. So, I don't know. It's strange. I wish they'd just wise up and release their games on, you know, non-crippled hardware. But I don't think that will ever happen, or I don't want to be that pessimistic. It might happen. It'd definitely be a benefit for them, though. I mean, the Dolphin emulator shows how well their shit already runs, for the most part, on normal PC hardware, especially Intel chips. So I don't know. If the Wii U is not selling at the rate they want it to or whatever, what do they stand to lose, you know? Hardware sales? They're probably not making that much on hardware sales anyway. What do they stand to gain? An incredibly large audience. They would be willing to pay money for the games. If people are willing to use Uplay, they would use the Nintendo Shop app or whatever, you know? But, I mean, like I said, Nintendo seems so out of touch. Just ridiculously out of touch. That said, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Super Smash Brothers. So, if there was one console I wanted to win, it would definitely be Nintendo's. But it seems that the PS4 has an army of brainwashed idiots that will defend it at any opportunity. So, I don't know. Ideally, I want all consoles to die. Don't get me wrong by saying I would prefer Nintendo's to win. If one has to win, I would like it to be Nintendo's, just as a big fuck you to everybody playing the ones that actually compete with PC. But ideally, I'd like them all to die. I would like the idea of producing a console exclusive to become financially unfeasible, so that games have to be released for proper platforms. That would be wonderful. Damn it. I'm just going to go until I get the next Lyuda. I don't care if that makes this video a million years long, which it could theoretically do. I guess I would run out of hard drive space before then. But, yeah, we're going to get one more. We're going to cross our fingers that it's going to be the Shock Lyuda. I may be speaking too soon. If 15 minutes or something from now I don't have a Lyuda yet, I'm just going to quit. I'm done. I think that we've put in enough pain here farming for this Lyuda this time. I mean, I know this isn't the most enjoyable thing to watch. It's one of the least enjoyable things you can do in the game that doesn't involve a fucking driving quest. Or the Magic Circle of Slaughter, but that's another story. Yeah, farming is just shit. It's like quite literally the worst core mechanic in the game, other than damage over time and barrels. Just kidding, I would much rather have the ability to get gear and leave barrels. In fact, the damage over time thing is I don't know which I would like fixed first. I would probably say I want gunsmithing to be added before I would want damage over time to be removed. If I could only have one, I would choose that. That said, damage over time on the player definitely needs to be capped at level 72 since the health is capped at level 72, or maybe it only goes up 1 level for every 2 OP levels, because you still have an OP8 shield and everything, which would pretty much mitigate any possibility of level 72 damage over time killing you. But with a level 72 health bar, damage over time at overpower level 8 is a little bit ridiculous. So maybe they cap damage over time at like level 75 or, you know, level 76 or something like that. That could work. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. And then just the complete removal of barrels would definitely benefit the game as well. Even though barrels would be a much less big deal if the damage over time wasn't ridiculous. They'd still be irritating, don't get me wrong. But they wouldn't be as bad. Oh, it's a fire one. Okay, so this is where we're going to quit. Let's see what we got. Alright, so I can see right away that it is OP8, but it is not the Vladoff grip. It's still the doll grip. And it's a shittier accessory than what we have, and a shittier scope, so we're just gonna get rid of it. Damn it, that's just the way it plays out. You continually get shitty gear when you want good gear. Oh well. See if there was a way to take this to some, like, Shock Princess, or, I don't know, stick it in the remnants of Angel's Core and change the element on it. I don't know. Like if you throw a weapon in the volcano at the Iridium Blight, it comes out fire element. You go to Angel's Core and you fucking leave it there and fight some things, all of a sudden it's shock element. There are so many ways they could have done something to fix this shit, but they chose to do none of those. This is the way you're supposed to get a Shock Lyuda, apparently. Just hours of wasted time farming one enemy. Doesn't that seem ridiculous? It's fucking asinine is what it is, and I cannot stand it. So as always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd really appreciate that. You could take a gun into the Caustic Caverns, like one of the deep areas of the Caustic Caverns, and change it to Corrosive. See, they have an area for each of these elements already, so that would have been something awesome that they could have done, but no. It's all shitty. Okay, I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.